since then, you announced you were pregnant, you had a baby, you went on a sold-out tour.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
You know what? I feel like I almost had a baby like a year ago, and I'd be like, sometimes like, wait, I just had a baby 4 months ago, because I have done so much.
1 hour, within 1 hour, it's like overwhelming requests. But do not worry, because we will be restocking on the actual drop day on April 15 on Grow Good's birthday. April 15 is Grow Good birthday. And this is why I be telling my family members and my friends, because they be like, oh my God, man, like, why you having to get me one? Let me get some. Yo, me, myself, I only have 1 shampoo bottle, 1 conditioner, 1 container of the mask, 1 bottle of serum, because it is so, the request is so overwhelming. I don't even have stuff for myself. So.
Fresh start, new angle. Because this situation is getting louder than anyone expected. Cardi B is not the type to sit back and take losses. And right now she is stacking wins one after another in a way that is hard to ignore. She just opened pre-orders for her Grow Glam Good Beauty hair care line. And it sold out almost instantly, disappearing within minutes like it was never there. That level of demand has people paying very close attention, watching every move, and trying to figure out what she is going to do next. At the same time, there is extra noise online, with Stefon Diggs' mom appearing to throw subtle shade toward his other children's mothers. This adds even more tension and curiosity to everything happening around this moment, keeping the conversation active across different audiences. Looking deeper into Cardi's current run, it has been non-stop momentum with no real breaks. Whether people support her or not, the results are speaking loudly on their own. She dropped her album Am I the Drama, and since then it has been a steady climb filled with recognition, certifications, streaming numbers, and major wins that continue to build on each other. Every move feels intentional, yet still true to who she is, which is part of why it connects so strongly with her audience. She knows how to stay visible without feeling forced, and that balance continues to work in her favor as her brand expands into different spaces. When it comes to her business side, especially this hair care line she began teasing about a month ago, it follows the same pattern, building anticipation and then delivering results. People have been watching her natural hair journey for years, seeing the struggles, the trial and error, and what routines actually worked over time.
Like some people are good with makeup, some people are good with hair. Like you have to do like what you like. I'm good with fashion and I'm good with doing hair.
Yes, and good with music. And great with music.
That long-term transparency built trust with her audience, so it should not be surprising that people showed up ready to buy. Still, some are acting shocked that the demand is performing this well, as if it came out of nowhere, when in reality it has been building for a long time. Now that connection is turning into real sales, real attention, and a bigger spotlight on everything she touches, pushing her even further into a strong position in both music and business. There's also a new angle to consider, because the conversation around this launch has been messy from the very beginning, filled with strong opinions from all sides. It is still early, so nobody can fully judge how good the products actually are yet. However, that didn't stop people from forming loud opinions before anything even dropped. Critics were everywhere, breaking down the marketing, questioning the branding choices, and calling out the pricing as if it were somehow too low to be taken seriously. Some even pushed it further, suggesting she should not be stepping into the hair care space at all because of who she is. That shifted the discussion into something deeper and more personal than just products on a shelf. Here's where things take a turn though. She announced the pre-sale just yesterday, locked in the drop for 8 a.m. today, and within minutes, everything was gone. Completely sold out across the board. No slow build-up, no hesitation, just instant movement. That kind of response quickly flips the narrative and quiets much of the early criticism, at least for now, because numbers like that are hard to argue with when they show up that fast. Speaking honestly, a lot of people were watching closely to see if consumers would actually follow through or just talk online. And clearly, they showed up in a big way. The demand hit fast, and from what people are saying, the hair mask was the first product to sell out, followed quickly by everything else. That detail matters because it shows. People were not just browsing or curious. They already knew what they wanted and moved quickly to get it. That kind of behavior points to real interest and built-up trust, not just temporary hype. On a personal note, I managed to grab everything I wanted without any hassle, and that honestly surprised me considering how fast things were moving. There was no long wait, no stress, just a smooth checkout, done before things could get chaotic. I even secured the mask, which people are already calling the standout item based on how quickly it disappeared. That alone made it feel like I got in at the right time. Now, I'm curious about everyone else's experience. Did you manage to place your order? Are you planning to try it once it restocks? Or are you choosing to sit this one out and see how it plays out before spending anything?
I had one of everything in my cart. The way y'all was snatching stuff, selling it out before I could even check out, my little heart was sad. I only ended up with 2 things, but then I went back and I was able to get something else. I don't know. I put another order through. I don't have any confirmation yet or anything, so I really don't know what I did, but dang, you go.
Now shifting gears, because this is where the energy starts to change and things get more heated. There's growing talk around Stefon Diggs' mom, and it sounds like some tension has been building behind the scenes for a while. The word going around is that one or more of the women connected to him have been testing her patience, and she finally decided she wasn't going to stay quiet anymore. Mama Diggs ended up in the comment section, and once that happened, the situation gained attention fast as people began sharing screenshots and reacting in real time. Let's reset the scene, because this picked up traction quickly, and people immediately started connecting different pieces. A page called Football Blazers shared a post that sparked strong reactions. They mentioned how being labeled a league-wide mama's boy is wild and tied that idea to a joke Tom Brady made about Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels. Brady said, "I haven't seen Jayden on the field in 7 or 8 months. I'm just happy his mom let him play." That line alone had people reacting and debating, opening the door for even more commentary to flood in right after. One fan took it even further, and their comments spread quickly across different platforms. They repeated the same idea, saying being known across the league as a mama's boy is diabolical. That phrasing pushed the conversation into viral territory. From there, people started digging deeper into Jayden Daniels' relationship with his mom, examining how involved she is in his life and career, and debating whether that level of involvement is supportive or something more controlling. The discussion shifted quickly from a simple joke into something people were seriously analyzing from all angles. To understand why people were already locked into this topic, you have to look at what his mom has said publicly before. In an interview, she made it clear that she keeps a very close watch on everything around him. She said, "Some girl out here has a Jayden Daniels wall, and her mama says, 'Hey honey, you're going to be the one to get him.' And I know that sounds crazy, but I guarantee there's someone trying to get their hooks into Jayden." That statement gave people insight into how protective she is, and how she views certain intentions around her son. It also added context to why this conversation escalated so quickly once it started gaining traction. That background is what made the next moment stand out even more. Under that same post, Mama Diggs stepped into the comment section and left her own message, and people immediately picked up on it. She wrote, "Stay on his neck as soon as you let up." That line caught attention right away, and people began interpreting it in different ways. Some saw it as advice, others as a warning, and that difference in interpretation is what kept the discussion growing. Let's break this part down, because the wording doesn't feel random. It comes across as very pointed. The idea of people using a child to survive or fund their lifestyle lands in a specific way, naturally making people wonder who the message could be aimed at. When you look at the situation around Stefon Diggs, there have been multiple children connected to his name in recent years, which adds layers to how people are interpreting this statement. To be clear, his brother Trayvon Diggs has his own family life, and that appears separate from what people are discussing here. But when the focus shifts to Stefon, things become more complex in the public eye. There are several children involved, some very young, which is why the comment starts to feel less like a general observation, and more like something directed at a specific situation. This is where speculation really starts picking up speed. When it comes to who she could be addressing, it doesn't feel broad or general, it feels focused. Many people are pointing toward one specific baby mother in this situation, often labeled the favorite, though that label is usually used sarcastically rather than as praise. That detail alone keeps people engaged and watching closely. The tone behind everything being said doesn't come off as casual or accidental. It feels like built-up frustration finally being expressed in a public way. And once something like that hits the internet, it takes on a life of its own. People start analyzing every word, every phrase, trying to connect each line to a specific person or situation. That kind of energy turns a simple comment into something much bigger, as everyone tries to decode what was really meant. Looking at it from another angle, the logic behind the favorite label raises even more questions. If someone truly held that position, it likely wouldn't come across so quietly or indirectly. You would expect something more visible, consistent public moments rather than subtle hints scattered online. Instead, what people are noticing are repeated small clues, subtle posts, and what some call Easter eggs being dropped over time. It hasn't been a one-time thing, it's a pattern, and that repetition fuels the ongoing discussion. Some believe it's all intentional for attention, while others think there may be something real happening behind the scenes involving Stefon. That's why the conversation refuses to die down. The truth is, nobody outside that circle really knows what's real and what's just for show. And that uncertainty is exactly what keeps people engaged and forming their own opinions. When you tie that back to Mama Diggs' comment, it raises a bigger question. Was the message aimed directly at someone, or was she simply supporting another mother and backing how she handles her situation? That uncertainty leaves room for multiple interpretations, depending on how someone views everything surrounding it. This is where opinions begin to split. The same comment can be read in completely different ways. Some see it as direct and intentional, while others view it as general advice shared publicly without targeting anyone. That difference in perspective keeps people debating, going back and forth, trying to make sense of what might really be happening behind the scenes. Now, flipping the perspective for a moment, this conversation isn't one-sided, and it shouldn't be treated that way. Accountability doesn't rest on just one group involved. At some point, it also comes back to the family itself. Alyssa raised Stefon and Trayvon, and they are grown men now. Their choices, actions, and decisions carry real responsibility, especially when those choices play out publicly and become part of a larger conversation. Yes, there are people who see situations like this as opportunities and try to benefit from them. That happens more often than many would like to admit. But at the same time, none of it unfolds without participation from both sides. These situations don't just appear out of nowhere. Decisions are being made in real time, and those decisions carry just as much weight as any assumed intentions. That's the part that often gets overlooked when the conversation becomes one-sided. It turns into selective accountability, where one group is called out while another avoids scrutiny. If behavior is going to be questioned, it has to be consistent across the board, not based on bias or personal preference. At the end of the day, there's still a lot people don't know, and many assumptions are being made based on limited information. That's why conversations like this keep evolving instead of settling. New reactions, posts, and details continue to add fuel to the discussion. Now I want to hear your take on everything.